everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. And please keep in mind, discipline is the key to your success in trading. So I want to start with doing a little bit of housekeeping. My 2023 yearly outlook is done, being proofed now, and will be posted in the Discord, starting to post hopefully tomorrow after trading hours are over, and starting to post into the week. Hopefully, it'll be done by the end of this week. 2022 was spot on. Even stocks like Boeing, we were expecting a big run out of this year, and it took closer to the end of the year, but we still got the big run out of that. Ford, when the report come out, Ford was up. We were expecting a pullback, then another decent run. We got that, and many other names. Oxy was one of the better performing stocks of the year for quite some time. It was another one that was on the list. Several were on the list, and this year was a little harder because I had to look past my opinion and come in and write what I I believe will happen. Even with some of the sectors I prefer to not like and not trade, but there's still plenty of opportunities in sectors like that. And so that will be posted in the Discord for all Discord members to see by the end of the week, starting hopefully tomorrow night. So this is a pretty tough week to try to judge because some of the charts really perked up towards the end of the week. We still have 2 more days of a possible Santa Claus rally. So far, Santa Claus has not came, and normally when we don't see a Santa rally, that's a bad omen going into the year. So we will have to see what the next 2 days bring us. We're still expecting fairly light volume. Volume may gain towards the end of the week. Hopefully, everything will be back to normal uh, for next week. So let's just get into the charts. This is the put to call ratio. So we are at a 119, cooling off, but we're still bearish. This is the oscillators for the Nasdaq, negative 201, plenty of room to move in either direction there. And for the New York Stock Exchange, negative 29, plenty of room to move in either direction. The SPX weekly, you can see the last two candles, the last 2 weeks we've traded on long-legged dojis. Basically, well, I guess the previous week was a small spinning top. Last week, a long-legged doji. This is our breath chart. You can see Thursday we had a nice push on breath. Then we were negative again on Friday. Closed with a little hammer candle. This is the SPX daily. We'll talk more about that when we get to the daily chart. Of the dollar, there has been a disconnect between the dollar and the markets, but we will still keep an eye on the dollar for now. You can see we've been watching uh, the 9, got a rejection off the 9, starting to move down there at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands now. VIX is not really anything to see here, honestly. You can see VIX intraday has been pretty flat. Crude's looking really perky here. My only concern is pushing up into this 50-day and getting rejected. The MACD looks good. You can see money's been flowing out, but it's trying to come back in. Uh, Not majorly, but we're seeing a turn here. So we are seeing a little bit of money starting to slow down coming out. And you can see we have a nice bull flag pushed up off the 9. So the chart itself looks good. We closed above those previous candles. We need to clear that 9. If we can clear that 9, I would expect energy names to perk up. One of the issues that we're having with crude right now, with all the COVID issues in China, this is not helping crude. So this is not helping our energy stocks. Apple, basically, Friday we pushed up a little bit. We closed just barely above the previous candles, but we still have the 9. So we have to clear this 9 to be bullish. We're still below our daily 9 on the bottom of the chart. We have to remain bearish for now. So until we clear this 9, I'm expecting a touch in a pullback. And this could all change going into if we do have a grind up the next 2 days. If keep in mind when the big guys come back, if we do have any kind of a pop, we will be selling into that pop. So you can see Apple here on a daily chart, intraday chart. We got like a little cup and handle here forming. Nothing textbook there. A gold chart trading in this little channel. And we haven't looked at a breath chart in a while. So you can see, so this chart tells us the how many stocks in the New York Stock Exchange and the S&P 500 are over their 50-day and their 200-day. So for the New York Stock Exchange, 39% of the stocks still remain above their 200-day. We've pulled back from over 50. I believe we were at 52%. So they're 50-day, 44%, where we were over 80%. So we are losing a lot of valuable support levels. And for the S&P 500, we have 50% above the 200 and 40% above the 50-day. So we are seeing stocks moving below their major long-term moving averages. So this is the advanced decline lines. We have turned back down, still above the 9 on some of these charts, but just showing a lot of weakness there, pretty much just trading sideways. Avi, still watching this as a possible lower high. We are below the 9 now, the 9 and 20. Um, MACD is bearish. Could easily see a move down if this thing would let go. It's been super strong. I like it below these candles right here. If we can get below these candle bodies, I would look for a move down to the 50-day. It's hard to be bearish on this until we break below these candle bodies. Day trades only until then. AMD. AMD's flagging here up to the 9. It's not a very strong chart here. We have pushed up to the 9. Looks like we barely closed above it. See where we open tomorrow? Last I checked, futures were up. So this is AMD's weekly chart, just like the SPX and a lot of these other charts we're going to see. The last 2 weeks we're trading pretty flat. In this case, we do have a small hammer down here. I would like to see more of a tail on this. Um, so we can look for support at the bottom of this big candle. And so we have a hammer at the bottom of this weekly candle here. So possibly trend change coming. We'll have to see. If we do, I would not expect a big push at all. Affirm, we talked about this chart, this head and shoulders pattern here in a video earlier today about head and shoulders, and you can see we had a very nice move down off of that pattern. Right now, we did have a nice bullish day Thursday, Friday, trading on an inside day, but we held above the 9 here. Possible move up coming there. Affirm intraday, you can see the big move here, chopped around. We give quite a bit of it back, and we're going to see the same move. At the end of the day, we had a really big push up, and it's exactly what we were expecting. And I talked about it in the Discord video, the Discord only, the daily levels video, Friday morning, expecting a burst at the end of the day. We got a little stronger move than what I was expecting, but just some rebalancing and stuff like that right at the end of the year. And probably some shorts covering coming into the weekend. So there were some other things, but mainly I was just expecting some rebalancing. You can see Aflac's trading in this broadening channel here, and it's kind of like a tabletop up here testing resistance. The 9's curled up, so watch this for a move up above. Please check liquidity there. And by the way, this is not a cup and handle. I've just been seeing a lot of other traders call things like this a cup and handle. This is the cup. It moved up out of the cup and has formed a broadening wedge. This is not a cup and handle. A cup and handle pushes up and your handle's back here. When you move up above, it is no longer a cup and handle. The cup has broken out. Amazon intraday, you can see the big pullback here and the big push right at the end of the day. And like I say, we were expecting some volume and a move up. I did see a much stronger move than what I was expecting, to be honest. And Amazon here, weekly chart, we know about the bear pennant and the move down. We do have some indecision down here. So you can see this little hammer candle here, and it's about time to try to flag up on, to get a little push to try to flag up on some of these charts. AMC, we have a gap coming up. You have a inside bar, a little hammer down here, but once again, it's not really at support, so it's hard to call every little candle that has a wick on it a hammer. So right now, to me, it's just an inside day. So we had a decent move up on Thursday, inside day on Friday. See if we can continue to push higher. I like it bullish above Thursday's candle. AMC intraday chart, you can see the decent move up here Thursday, held it, and Friday it did pull back, close strong at the end of the day. Stronger, was able to take that 15-minute 50 and 200 out at the end of the day. You can see them coming in, the 50 and the 200 coming together, and was able to close over them. And as of now, it's still holding them. So that's a good sign. AMD, pretty much the same as we're seeing, kind of put a little double bottom, but we had one of our, this whole setup here was basically a trend break play that we looked for in the Discord. And you can see here on AMD, we pushed up testing Thursday's high in this area on that end of the day push. Amazon daily pushed up to the nine. See how we act there. Now we do know that tech has been weaker. We're going to take a look at the monthly QQQ chart as well today. So we have Apple. We've been watching this descending triangle, second week in a row, pulling back. In this case, we do have a hammer. In this case, we are at a support level. So can we get a pushback up for maybe a retest of the bottom of the pattern, which is very possible. Um, I do think the market, and I have stated this before, I do think the market is going to move lower before it moves higher. So RK, and so I'm not saying that we may not move up tomorrow or move up this week before moving back down. I don't mean we're going to go straight down, but I do think there is some more downside that we're going to. Basically, I've stated that we're going to have to most likely come down and retest the lows. You know, it's not my full outlook for this brand new year. So you can see ARK down here, strong day on Thursday, decent candle on Friday as well, close right at the nine. So that, it's a big level. Can say if the market gaps up and we can gap over some of these nines in the morning, that would be a good sign for a possible push up. What can we expect if Santa Claus does come these next 2 days as a slow grind up? Will that happen? I have no idea. And here's Boeing still showing a ton of relative strength. You can see some really tight candles here, and we did get below the nine. We opened up below the nine, and it pushed strongly back above the nine there and closed above the nine. Baba still watching this inverted head and shoulders. We've come down, retested the necklines, trying to attempt to grind up. COVID issues in China right now are just growing, and so I watched a news report, and it's just a lot of really negative stuff going on over there right now. That's just not good. It's just not good. Bitcoin trading in a bear flag. Well, actually, we've broken out of the bear flag and it's trading sideways, still respecting the nine to the downside, the weekly nine. You can see the tight action here. And this is exactly what we were expecting. Back here, we talked about how the Bollinger Bands were acting, and we figured we would trade flat for a while, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Boeing, nice push up here on Friday. Nice push up at market open, traded sideways, and then got a burst up above and put in a new daily high at the end of the day. CCJ, this one, we have a little flag here at the nine. The nine swooping under, coming up. See if this nine can push up. We do have the 50-day right there, but you can see the angle of the 50-day changing as well. The nine's turning up, the 50 days changing angle. We do have a decent MACD. It's not super strong, but we do have a decent MACD. And you can see right here the stock is showing relative strength versus the S&P. Cat flagging into the nine. So we were trading in this tight channel. We pushed up out of it, flagged, pushed up, flagging again. Candles are really tight here. When you see candles this tight, you can start to expect a bigger move. See if we can get it. I mean, we need to open up or close over this flag line for a move up. We could push off the nine tomorrow, see how we open. A charge point, we haven't looked at this chart in a while. Thursday and Friday were big days for this one. MACD is changing. Really nice push up here on Thursday and Friday. Back over the nine, showing relative strength. MACD looks like it's coming in for a potential cross. Chewy below this, still below this 200. We were looking for a move down below the 50. We got come down below the 200 by the end of last week. Pushed back up, retested the 200. The nine's on its way down. Here's Chewy's intraday chart. This has really nice range for a small stock. Uh, so it takes range to make money with options. And you can see 70% move or so here. That's not bad. They make for slower trades. A COP got this little rounded bottom here, 9 and 20s turning up. We're like it better above these previous candles here for a move up to the 50. If we can clear these candles, look for a move up to 121.77 to your 50-day. If we take that out, we'll look for a move higher. Crude is looking really good. Uh, for now, we still have the 50 on that chart as well. We got to take out this MACD looks good. We're showing relative strength in this market. XLP. So you got a high, the CPI candle, which really shouldn't count. That did give us a higher high, but here we are putting in a lower high and rounding. You can start to see price rounding there. So it's looking like we may have a pullback coming in that sector. Crowd watching this double bottom. We come down. Now Thursday, big day Thursday, tested the 9. Friday, we're able to push up above the 9 and close. So see if we can get a move up to this 20. It is possible. See how the market opens in the morning can have a lot to do with what the market wants to do tomorrow, obviously. CVX, this is another nice chart. You got this rounded bottom pushed up, flagged at your 50, broke out the flag, pushing up. The 9 is on its way up. Got a good MACD showing relative strength in this market. And you can see some volume here on the move up. Not big volume this last 2 weeks or so, but coming into the holiday weekends, there's not been a lot of volume anywhere. So CBX intraday, you can see Thursday and Friday trending up there. So you can see DraftKings here. DraftKings, we were looking for a breakdown below this line. That happened. We come back up, tested the 9, was rejected, pull back, come back up, tested the 9 again. If we can get above the 9, we could see a push up. I don't know how big of a push up that we would see. Would like to see some more strength in that MACD. So as long as we're below the 9, we're going to remain bearish. This is DocU weekly chart. The 9 is turning up. So we had a nice push up 2 weeks ago, which was on our radar in the trading room. So we had that nice push up, closed above the weekly 20, holding the weekly 20 while the 9 catches up. I didn't put the daily chart in here, but the daily chart looks decent as well. All right, so we have EA. We were watching this double top here, breaking down out of it. And you can see nice candle on Thursday, a little hammer right here on top of your 9 on Friday. I'm bullish above this candle line. If we can break up above Thursday and Friday's candle, I'm bullish and look for a move up to the 20-day. That would be your next level of resistance. MACD is changing character. Lilly is trading flat here. Uh, could this be a lower high? And are we looking for a breakdown? So we need to see below this 50. I'm looking for a move down. As long as I'm above this 50, I'm not interested in shorting it. But if we get below this 50, I'm looking for a move down. Obviously, if we can break above this line right here, draw a line on your highest candle, I'm looking for a move up and look for resistance right here at these candles. XLE pushing up out of a little bottom ascending triangle, flagging right on the 9, respecting the 9. I'm bullish above the 50. As long as it's below that 50-day and above that 9, to me, that's a no trade area. We need room to make money. ExxonMobil intraday 15-minute chart, nice push up there on Friday, Thursday, and Friday, which energy's been on our list this week. For solar, this is a head and shoulders pattern I meant to put in the video this morning and totally forgot about this one. But this chart has had a ton of relative strength. And this is one of the ones that you really need to be careful. Just because you have a head and shoulders doesn't mean it's going to come down. And I'm hoping that the video that we did this morning can help everybody understand that it's not some magical pattern, and it's trading is a game of probabilities, period, and that's what it is. There's no cut and dry method of trading, no cut and dry pattern, no cut and dry indicator. So you can see could be bearish here if we break below this support level here. I could look for a move down. As long as we remain above that support level, I'm not looking for a move down. You need to be careful, trying to short stocks with this amount of relative strength into them. Stocks holding in very well. GE, another strong chart we talked about Friday morning. We are above the 50 here. The 9 is turning up. Nice looking chart. MACD's coming in for a cross, showing relative strength. Google is testing the 9 Thursday and Friday. Decent days. It's got to get above this 9. And we could say, let's just say the market gaps up in the morning. We open up above the 9. We could look for, if that happens, look for a move up to your 20-day. Halliburton, very nice looking chart here. Another one trading in a broadening, basically a broadening channel and testing resistance right now. Are respecting the 9 moving up. Home Depot hourly chart, just not very. Let's take a look at the daily. So got this little bear flag here, breaking out of the bear flag to the downside. MACD's bearish. It looks like another possible cup and handle that's failing. I'm probably going to do a video on these with some other charts. We've had a lot of cups recently we've been tracking, and a lot of them have broken down, and it would just be nice to sit back and look at a lot of examples of how they're trading right now in this market. So we can open up books all day long and learn about patterns, but what's more important is how are those patterns trading in this market environment right now? And that's what the Head and Shoulders video was about this morning. You can see Home Depot flagging into the 9 on the weekly. It's hard to go short when you're sitting right on your weekly 9. So below that, we break out that bear flag and move below the weekly 9. I could look for a short position. A QQQ here. This is the daily chart. Nice push up Thursday, closed even with Thursday's high here with a strong close on Friday. I'll be bullish above this 9. As long as we remain below the daily 9, I've got to keep a bearish outlook. So this is Q's intraday chart. Once again, you can see the big push. We pointed out the trend catalyst, trend break play at the end of the day on Friday. Very nice push up out of that. You can see we closed up here around their previous levels, and you can see it was pumping very nicely at the end of the night here. Q's coming back down. We talked about revisiting the lows. The Q's are much weaker. This is the weekly chart. You can see we did get a hammer candle down here on support below the 200 there. TLT. So this is the 20-year daily below the 50-day flagging, waiting on the 9 catch up. Looks like it wants to move lower. IWM weekly chart, downtrend here. You can see IWM Thursday and Friday, we were able to retake the 9 here. So if we can take out Thursday's candle, I would look for a move up to your 20-day. IWM daily, IWM intraday chart, pretty much the same setup. Chopped around, come down, put in a new low. In this case, we bounced off the 15-minute 200, come up, took the trend breakout, and just ripped higher. JP Morgan trading in this little wedge or little broadening channel above this resistance. I could be bullish. The 9's turning up. MACD strong or coming in for a cross. Goldman Sachs chart looks decent as well. You can see it. Li Auto, a decent chart here above the 20. I could look, try to be bullish above the 20 here if we can push up above or gap up and open up. And these Chinese sector stocks can easily gap up. Macy's, so we had this contraction pattern, went into the expansion phase to the downside. So we took the 9 back, held the 200, above the 200, back above the 9, 50, and 20 next stop. See if we can get a trending phase starting to trend up here. It's tough market conditions looking for much of anything to trend up right now. Mara still below the 9 down here. I could be bullish up above Thursday and Friday's candle line, up into the 9. I'd rather be above the 9 if I was looking for a position there. McDonald's, looking for a breakdown here. We had this double top, flagged over, finally starting to move down. Merck, new highs again last week, back on the 9. Meta's trading in this little symmetrical triangle here. Action's getting really tight. We could see a move coming in this name with as tight as those candles are getting. So we have Meta's intraday chart, basically the same charts we've been looking at once we took out this 50-day here, or I'm sorry, your 15-minute 50. Nice move up. MU pushing up into the 9. This is a little flag right here. If we break below, I'm looking for a move down. If we can take this 9 out, I'll look for a move up. Microsoft pushed up above the 9. We closed right at the 9. We are still below the daily 50 as well. MACD is trying to change character there. Microsoft intraday, same thing. You could look at this as a W pattern. It can't really call it a double bottom, obviously, and it actually did put in a lower low, but then we got the burst that we were looking for right at the end of the day. Microsoft rolling over here on the weekly. Monday.com, we broke out of this wedge. It pulled back, was able to regain the 20, regain the 9, regain the 200s, trading in a little tabletop here. Move up above our resistance level. I would look for a move up. Moderna trying to change character, had this push up. We've had considerable moves here from the diamond pattern to the cup, put in a handle. We finally got a breakout there. We flagged over, got another breakout, not big moves. Then we had a evening star with a snatch back. Now we're finding support at the 50. Can we try to push back up? Moderna intraday trading sideways. You can see Friday was able to grind up as well. Didn't see a big burst there at the end of the day like we did in a lot of other stocks. Watch your 15-minute 200 there as well. You can see MU uh, opened up lower on Friday. You can see the gap down, and we did push up into the end of the day. Just not a very pretty day. So you can see the NASDAQ here below the 9. Strong day Thursday, Friday. I would be bullish up above this 9 just for day trades only. NRP, this is natural resources. We have looked at this chart in the past. I just wanted to point out how strong this was. And you may be able to get some FOMO plays here or a good short play for that matter. Netflix trading in this little descending channel here, still below the 50. Got some issues. I like it better if it breaks out of that channel. NVIDIA, not a lot of strength here. We couldn't even say a lot of names were able to push up to the 9. We could not even match the 9. We couldn't match this big candle here, still trading within this big candle body. Um, just pretty, it's just an ugly chart. I don't really know what to say there. NVIDIA, 15-minute, a lot like the other charts. You can see NVIDIA's weekly rolling over, finding support at the 20, though. There is a hammer on top of that 20. Palantir, we did close over the 9 here. Friday's candle closed above Thursday's candle with a strong, very strong close. Look, no wick at all. Very strong close. See if we can see some follow through on that name tomorrow. Peloton down. Looks like we've pulled back. We were expecting this move down. We talked about it. We've moved below the 50. Talked about that. Come back up. Retested support, which is now resistance because it's been broken. Traded flat on Friday. Can we start to see a move down here? Probably waiting on 9 to catch up for a move lower. Plug testing the 9. Above that 9, I could be bullish as long as we remain below the 9. I'm bearish. Procter and Gamble testing the 20 here. We lost the 9, holding the 20. You can see your bands look like they're trying to tighten up here. Honestly, it kind of looks like they're not really pinching. They're just tightening up. Looks like we want to trade sideways on that name. This is the Q's monthly chart. So you can see the last 3 weeks we've come down here and we've dipped below the 50. First week we pushed back up, we dipped below the 50, put this little hammer candle in, pushed back up. Last week we got shoved and closed barely, but we closed above below this monthly 50. It's not good. It's just not good to be down there. Uh, Roblex, we got a big move up, strong candle on Friday. Could possibly see a gap test here. A very, very strong candle on Friday. Close strong. Definitely one to keep an eye on. So the SPX, the S&P 500, we are holding this fib level here. So far, we did pull below it Wednesday and managed to get back above it. So we did close barely, but we did close above the 9, and we also had a hammer candle pushing off a fib level. SLB, Slumberjay, trying to push up out of this flag here. Diamond, the diamond is holding this 50-day above that 50-day, barely. You can see SPY's weekly chart in a downtrend here. The last 2 weeks have been doji, so we got some tight action. Usually when you see stuff like that, indecision can help you, pretty much tells you got a big move coming. As for uh, the SPY's monthly chart, we did close with a pretty heavy bearish engulfing candle. We did get some wick down here where we were able to take some of it back on Friday, but we still got a pretty heavy bearish engulfing candle, which naturally that is signaling some downside. I've already heard people talking about how a possible head and shoulder inverted head and shoulders patterns forming here. I think that's just a little too bullish right now on the market. And of course, you see all kinds of stuff on Twitter. SPY, we are holding this level. We just looked at the S&P 500. The fib levels, we know they're about the same on the SPY as well. We've been watching those fibs as well. And so we are holding that fib level, which is not marked on this chart. We did close above the 9. See where we open up tomorrow. We could gap up, could give us a little move up. You can see here the nice downtrend, the downtrend break, and the big rip right into market close. And we were expecting a burst at the end of the day. You can see our trend chart here. All three trends, short term, medium term, long term, are bearish. Square here still respecting this downtrend, wants to move up. So the 9's curling under. We've closed over the 9 right into the 50 and the 20 here. So we have to take the 20-day out. I could look for a move up. We're right into those daily moving averages. For me, it's no trade until we clear those or get rejected. XLK, we big move Friday. I like it better. Or big move Thursday. I like this better above Thursday's candle. I like it better above the daily 9. MACD's trying to change character there. Tesla, we do have a small. It's really, you really can't count this as a hammer. You like to see 2 times the size of the body to the downside on the wick, and we're not really getting that, but we do have a small hammer down here, uh, small pin bar down here trying to push up on the weekly. On the daily, you can see the push up. So we did post the delivery numbers in the Discord for this year over year and month over or quarter versus quarter and year over year. Some mixed results there. Um, we'll just have to see how this trades tomorrow. I'm bullish above this daily 9. MACD's trying to change character. Below the 9, I'm going to look for rejection at the 9 and a move down. TJ Maxx, it's been a while since we looked at this chart. It was on this tear for a while, kind of leveled out, holding this channel. MACD's resetting. This could be looking to break out and move up again soon. TLT weekly below all the major moving averages here. Just not good. Not good. Bonds, they're selling bonds, just not great for the market. Tesla, we want to watch this level right here. We talked about this with Tesla and a few other stocks. So you can see this little channel we got drawn in here. Just keep an eye on that. We did take it out, but we got slammed back into it. Tested again on Friday. We took it out again, but this channel is the one to watch. We get a breakout of this channel, we look for a move up. Watch your daily 9. That's a big level. Remember, your moving averages are moving targets. So if we look at the number, even writing the number down right now, it's going to open up at market open tomorrow. The moving average, your daily moving averages will move. So make sure you have a fresh number in the morning if you're looking to trade Tesla, and that way you know where it's at. If we could easily push up into it and see rejection, we could take it out. That could be a place to build a plan on Tesla. So you can see Uber here. Uber tried to push up above the 9 on Thursday, got rejected, closed with a spinning top there, still below the 9 on Friday. A UNG trading sideways here. You can see we did not get that big burst of energy at the end of the day there. UNG daily, still in a downtrend there. X, these steel names are breaking down. New and STLD all breaking down. We are under the 9, kind of flagging at the 9, looking for a move down here. I like this better below Wednesday's candle. Watch your 200. VLO, another nice little. This is a little. I guess you could really say this is a rising wedge here, which is actually bearish if you look at the candle pattern, but bullish on energy right now. A lot of the other ones were level here, which give us a uh, bottom ascending triangle. In this case, it is a rising wedge. But we're flagging here, trying to push up above this 9. I would look for a move, or I'm sorry, above the 50. I would look for a move up. Seems like it's hanging out, waiting on the 9. Definitely, energy needs to be on watch this week. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is breaking down. We were watching it below this. We've got that move down about 2 weeks ago. Thursday and Friday did remain above the 9. MACD's changing character there. Walmart. This is Walmart's daily, respecting the 9 to the downside for now. Got this little inverted cup and handle. And an inverted cup and handle is basically just a high rolling over to put in a lower high to roll over again. Simple, very simple price action. Win, rounded top, and just not wanting to break down here. We did close back above the 9. Could possibly see a move up. A lot of COVID issues going on right now in China, and that's affecting a lot of these casinos. XLF still push, we're still under, but trying to push into the 50 and the 9 there on the daily. MACD does want to change character there as well. ExxonMobil, bottom ascending triangle breakout. I like this one. We're talking about energy names. We looked at several of them. This is one of the ones I prefer. I do like this one better because Friday we closed above these previous candles right here. Bullish MACD. Watching Exxon for a move up. And this concludes our video for today. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the trading room. Have a great night, everyone.